I say we are alive. Our I'm here for now. I don't know how long this is going to last. We are in the middle of a severe thunderstorm, and we've got flickering internet, flickering power. So we'll see. We'll see how, if we disappear. That's why about 20 minutes ago I was outside with the dogs, and it's coming up and it's windy and we got hail and we got all sorts of crap going on. So we'll hang out as long as we can. I just wanted to get things moving. You know what I mean? Um, it's been a long summer. It's been an absolutely long summer. And I think hopefully the last thing, as you guys, if you watched the video today, Stu's mom passed away last night. It was. So, hey, but how you doing, Ray? Good to see you, buddy. How's your summer been? So it was just time to get the ball rolling again, ready for the season. Let's just put it that way. What do we got? We got 11 days till camp. I know what I think. I'm curious what everybody else thinks in terms of what we're going to have going on with this team. Hey, Adam, how you doing, buddy? Hey, Tim. Yeah. Well, it was a short summer and a long summer. It was both. It was both. You know, it was short, but then again, how things ended, it made it very, very long. It's been tough that was the last game, right? We had this great thing, and the last memory is 9-3 loss. It's like we need a game. There you go, Simon. You hope it's like, well, I hope you're right too. I hope everybody, like I was talking with Stu in the video we did today. This I've already had a couple of people. It's like I'm gonna get grief this year for not predicting they're gonna win the cup. But expectations are a good thing. Let's just put it that way, But it'll be a long, long while before I start jumping up and down, guaranteeing that they're going to win the cup. We'll put it that way. Yeah, no, exactly, Adam. They gave us a good run. Yep, exactly. Hey, Mike, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for stopping on in. Like I said to the couple people, hey, Riley, we're in the middle of a severe thunderstorm. So if we have any issues or if we disappear, that's why. Hey, Nick, how you doing, buddy? Let's see. Simon says, what's my production? What's my expectation for the Panthers this year? I mean, I kind of feel like we're going to definitely win a round. But after that, I mean, when you look, I mean, the Final Four could be us, Tampa, us, Buffalo, us in Toronto, Carolina, and, I mean, when you look at where you're going to get to like a Final Four, it's tough to guarantee any wins at that point. You know what I mean? Oh, geez. Hey, Dana, how you doing? You guys just had Mike. I mean, we don't live that far away from each other. We get the same weather. So I don't know. I know right now it looks like I'm barely having any internet signal, but as long as you guys can hear me, StreamYard usually makes it so that you can still hear me. I freeze up. So hopefully the weather clears up before the football games tomorrow, because that's on the internet for us too, right? Yeah, Riley, felt bad for Bob when Vegas lit him up. Yeah, it was rough. That second period was rough, man. We need fresh new memories now, right? We need fresh new memories. I'm gonna go move this studio light that I got here. This is a little bit too bright in my eyes. That should help. Hey, what do we got? Hey, Dana. Thank you, Dana. Thank you. Huh? I lost a couple comments here. Nick, Stu might come on. If you want, True, I'll send you the link. Hey, Laser Beam. Let's see. Let me get. I'll send you the link, Nick. I should have done it already, but I've been putzing around with the internet for the last 20 minutes, trying to get everything right. No, I don't need a login code. Oh, I got to send it to myself. Hold on a second. Bear with me, Nick. All right, come on. Just bear with me for a second, guys. I got to take care of something here. 30 seconds. Kyle's going to be here in a few minutes as well. Who might be able to come on, but he might not be able to come on. He's at his sister's right now. He wasn't sure what he was going to be doing. Okay. And oh. All right, Nick, there you go. All right, let's see. What do we got for comments here? I missed a few here, I'm sure. All right. I know, Dana, exactly. We lived our best lives, but we have to let it go. That sounds perfect, right? Simon, I think the regular season is going to go very similar to last year. Mike, you need before you start doing remote-based tech support. Oh man, it's just the product of where I live, unfortunately. Tatar would be a good addition, possibly. Like I said in the other video, I want to see how Denisenko is going to do. We got a couple of guys. We just can't go after every free agent ever. You know what I mean? All right, Adam. Thanks, bud. Your crush responded to you, Riley. Dana says, I have mixed expectations for this year. I don't feel like we'll gel like we did with the group that we lost. Right. Yeah, I mean, there's so many. The biggest thing is all the new defensemen. That's really the biggest thing, and I talked about it a lot on the podcast, where it's just like these guys haven't ever played together before, and really the only two guys that even been on the ice together before were Forsling and Mahura, and you're not going to put Mahura up there on the top pair, so we're going to have three pairs of guys that have never played together before. So unfortunately, the beginning of this season, the schedule's not terrible, and that's going to be key. We have the first 10 or 15 games are, I'm not going to say they're easy, but it could have been a lot worse while we're getting ready, while we're getting used to our defense and everything. It could have been a lot worse. Very cool, Riley. Oh, man. So what are you guys seeing on your end? Can you at least hear me? Because I'm sure that my screen is frozen up. Because we are just not having any luck here, unfortunately. Hopefully it's going to stop raining. Dana, exactly. Hopefully by the football games tomorrow, we won't have to worry about this. But right now, geez, brutal. I'm good for now, Mike. Okay. Because I'm getting the warning, but if I'm good for now, then I guess I'm good for now. That's all that matters anyway. Nobody wants to look at me. So so drop some predictions. What do you guys what's the ceiling for this year for this team? How do you guys think they're going to make it? Even if I thought they were going to win a cup, I ain't going to say that again. I'm like a scorned lover. I'm going to be salty for a while. I am I I waited all summer long to get over it, and I'm not getting over it. So I may as well be honest about the fact that I'm not getting over it. All can tell me I'm the life coach. I know you got to let it go. It's in the past. You got to. I know all of that, but it ain't working on myself. I need another coach. I need somebody else to coach me. Mike says the outcome, I don't know, but the Cats will start off slow but build like a fire starting in December. Tim says fourth place, second round. So the wild card then again, right? Interesting. So Tim, in that fourth place finish, is it Boston, Tampa, and Toronto, or Buffalo, Tampa, and Toronto? I'm curious what you think. Riley, I want nothing to do with Vegas. I've seen enough Vegas in my life. Hey, MJ, how you doing, buddy? Simon, I think you're talking about Ekman Larson. I mean, if he can play even close to as good as he did in his prime days, we got lucky. If he has another down year like last year, we're going to be in a little bit of trouble. All right, Mike, thanks for stopping in, buddy. Hey, Daniel. Riley says, I bet if Vegas plays Florida again, Florida might get payback. I don't know, man. Vegas is good. I don't know. I'd prefer. I'm still looking for my Panthers Flames Stanley Cup. I want to see us beat Huberdeau and Uyghur. Not so much Huberdeau, but Uyghur. But I tell you what, if we play the Flame, we already got beat by Marchessault and Smith, ex-Panthers. If we play the Flames and we lose to Huberdeau and Uyghur, I don't know if I survive that. Dana, regular season hockey is going to be kind of dull. You just want playoff hockey again. I mean, partially I'll agree with you, but we don't know. It depends on if they can get into a playoff position early and stay in it, or if we end up in the same position we did last spring, which needing every game. Hey, Frank. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, Frank. Thank you, sir. All right. Good to see you. But yeah, Dana, that's how, like last year and a year, like remember how, Tampa's winning cups and they always hit those spots in the regular season where they're not doing so well. And, you figure they're just kind of like you're saying, they're bored. They're like, we know we're going to make the playoffs. So they're just waiting for the regular season to end, right? Appreciate that, Riley. Nick says the Penguins look a bit scary. I mean, on paper, yes, but I think in reality, they're going to be too old. I think when the chips are down, they're going to be too old. And there's so much competition in the East. So, Matthew, Kyle is on his way here. He's going to be joining us in a minute. I don't want to move the camera, but Fluffy's right here in front of me, and Ellie is out there with Mommy. She doesn't like to come in here this time of the year, Ellie, because it's freezing in here. That's why I got my hoodie on, because I keep this room like a frozen tundra for Fluffy, so that when he gets hot, he's got someplace to cool off. Hey, Trey. How you doing, buddy? Simon, yeah, you and I are thinking the same way. That's exactly kind of what I told Stu today. I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna have fun this year. Honestly, I think I took last year so seriously. I invested so much um, emotional stability in being right about them winning the cup that I can't do that to myself again. So this year I'm just gonna have fun with it. I'm just gonna have fun, and we'll see how it goes. Frank says Tampa's like a poker face team. They want you to think they're taking a step back. Yep. Amen to that. Hey, you got the shirt on. That's my hoodie. All right. You coming? Yeah. All right. I got a special guest right here. Just got to get by. You got to do a twist like a running back. Do the twist. Do around his head. There you go. See? And then you can go that way. All right, everybody. I'll be back in a little bit. I got a special guest here for you. The internet is wonky at best, but they say we're okay. So
all the time spent trying to fix the internet.
Well, it's because of this weather, Kyle. I mean, it's hailing out there. It's nasty.
Hailing?
It was. We had a couple of hail hits. All right, folks, you want to go out there? Come on. All right, Kyle, I'll be back.
Hey, what's up, everyone? When's the first hockey game? Football is good, but I want hockey. Fluffy would only be able to say bark or boof or something like that. How's everyone doing? So tomorrow afternoon is the first Dolphins game of the season, and it'll be fun to be able to root for one of my teams again. But I am definitely looking forward to the first Panthers game, which I think can't come soon enough. Hi, Riley. So, yeah, we made it through the thunderstorm all right. It actually didn't come the other night. It came last night. Yeah, same here, Dana. That playoff run is definitely going to be a year to remember for years to come. And I'm hoping that the Panthers can cash in on the Stanley Cup Finals appearance soon. Why did I make you take the Dolphins gig? That was supposed to be mine. I am busy helping out my dad in other ways by helping him out with someone's got to run the eBay business while he makes videos. And I saw a comment on a video about the Panthers that was pretty interesting. Someone compared our cup run from this past season to the 2015 Lightning coming out of nowhere and making it all the way to the Stanley Cup final before ultimately being defeated. And the point they were making was that the Panthers are not under the most immediate pressure to win a cup this year or the next, but perhaps we should definitely be expecting a cup in the next 5 years at maximum. No, MJ, I did not watch any of the college football games. Haven't watched college football, I think, ever. And Riley, you felt bad for Bob when Vegas lit him up. Yeah, we all felt bad for Bob. Yeah, I mean, this year I would honestly be shocked if the Panthers made it back to the Cup. Heck, it would be a pleasant surprise if they make it back to the Eastern Conference Finals. There are so many up and coming teams just in our own division that we need to worry about. Hey MJ, could we cut that timeline in half, please? I want us to capitalize on Matthew Tkachuk in his prime, please. Trey, I think this might be the year the Miami Dolphins actually do something. The last time they won a playoff game, I would have been not even 2 years old yet, I believe. And that is also my dad was one, maybe two, or he might have been three the last time the Dolphins actually won the Super Bowl. Gonna be packed home opener, Eastern Conference champion banner. Leafs fans gonna storm the building. So we have a responsibility to chant "We want Florida." I like your thinking, Dylan. Yeah. Yeah, my dad was a toddler the last time the Miami Dolphins won the Super Bowl. He would have been 15 the last time they made it to the Super Bowl. And he was 30 and I was like 2 the last time they won a playoff game. Maryland's stormy is what I can say. Wow. MJ, your mom was 22 last time the Dolphins won a title. Yeah. And what the craziest thing of all is the Dolphins don't even have the longest Super Bowl drought in their own division. That honor or dishonor goes to the Jets. Yeah, pretty much same here, Trey. My dad got to grow up with Dan Marino. I only really know Dan Marino from Ace Ventura and the 1 or 2 highlights that my dad has shown me. I would have been like not even a year old when he retired. Yeah, that you're pretty close, MJ. I think Ace Ventura Pet Detective turns 30 next year. That was one of the movies that broke Jim Carrey into superstardom. And the first real Dolphins memories I have is the 2008 season when Tom Brady was injured and the Dolphins, Ricky Williams and Ronnie Brown using the Wildcats to win the division, and then we got crushed by the Ravens in the playoffs. Hi, Chris. And I remember the 2008 season, our quarterback was, I want to say it was Chad Pennington. I know we had Chad Pennington, and then when he blew his shoulder again, it was, I think, Tyler Thigpen and Chad Henne. Yeah, you watched that fish fry in Jacksonville. Yeah. So many quarterbacks came and went after Marino retired. And I only know about really the ones that came starting in 2008. So there's Chad Pennington, Chad Henne, Tyler Thigpen. I know I'm missing someone who was there before Chad Pennington or at the same time. No, MJ, I did not see the 2000 game. I've watched the fake spike a lot of times. That's funny. I don't think so, MJ, but we did have Jay Cutler. Jay Fiedler. Was he the quarterback during the season we went 11-5? That was 2008. Let's see. Hey Nick, Nick looks like he wants to join us. I will be right back, guys. I'm going to tell Jaws that Nick wants to join us. I'll be right back. How am I going to be able to hear him? Okay. All right. We're back.
Okay. Yeah.
Could you close the door for me?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan Tannehill, he came later on. Cleo Lemon, I think, was before my time. Let's see. Here we go. Hey, Nick. Hey, what's up?
Hey, hold on 1 second. I'm still messing with my stuff here. Okay. Hey, Kyle.
Hey, Nick.
How
So
are you, bud?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm good. How's everybody else out there? I missed you guys like family.
It looks like everyone's doing pretty good. We were talking about all of the quarterbacks that the Dolphins went through after Dan Marino retired.
Oh, gosh. Will we be here all night?
Yeah. I was telling them the first Dolphins season I really watched and became invested in the Dolphins was I would have been 9 in the 2008 season, where after the 1-15 campaign we went 11-5 and won the division because Tom Brady got injured and Ricky Williams and Ronnie Brown were
I
doing
remember.
the Wildcats.
Yeah, the Wildcat.
And then, of course, we got destroyed by Baltimore in the wild card.
You remember better than me. I kind of like give up on the Dolphins as soon as they start playing crummy, which is usually like the end of the first quarter of the first game of the season.
Yeah. Well,
So let's just hope that this season is going to be our season.
yeah.
And
I mean,
I'll actually watch all 16 games all the way
wow.
through.
That's awesome. First
Well,
up is
let's hope.
yeah. First up is tomorrow at
MJ
4:25.
says, "How old was I when? How old were you when Dolphins last won a playoff game?" Wow. Well, I'm 44 now. When's the last time we were in the playoffs? 3-4 years ago.
Actually, we made the playoffs just this past year, and the Buffalo Bills almost choked against rookie Skylar Thompson because
I forgot we did make the playoff, but then we lost our first game, right, in the playoffs.
Yeah, we have not won a playoff game. We have not won a playoff game, I believe, in over 20 years, and
so
we've only been to the playoffs like 3 times in those past 20 years.
So MJ last playoff victory was 2000. All right, so I would have been like 21. I'm just looking at the chat, Kyle.
Okay, yeah.
Kyle, I was thinking about you the other night. I was watching someone's YouTube channel that had gone to Disneyland to their Halloween night walkthrough. I guess it was something. Maybe you know that exactly what I'm talking about.
It sounds like maybe Mickey's Not So Scary. I'm not sure if they have that at Disneyland.
It was like a bunch of just lights and like nothing really scary. But someone was live streaming their walk through their whole thing they had set up. There's a name for it, Boogie Woogie Halloween or something.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I think they call it Boogie Bash or something.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, that's pretty.
I knew the Disney World man would know exactly what it was.
Well, it looks like Jaws is out on the porch, and if I add him, I think he'll be joining the both of us from like 10 feet away from me.
How's the weather there? Your dad said it's raining a lot.
Yeah, it's been raining, thunderstorming. He says we had hail.
Whoa.
Yeah.
We don't really get that much here, but it's definitely been stranger weather than normal in South Florida this summer.
Yeah.
Hey, Nick, can everybody hear me?
Is that your dad there?
Yeah.
What's up, Eric?
Hey, guys.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can kind of hear. Hold
on one second.
Kyle has my head. That's
So I
not
can
you.
see
It's
your
me. It's
dad
my
here.
phone. It's my phone. So I'm
How-
out. I'm outside.
Can you hear
in the
your dad?
rain.
I can't hear him.
I can hear him. I'm wearing headphones.
Let me try my headphones.
What are you doing out there on the porch? It's
Well,
must
I
be
just
still,
wanted to
like,
come on and say hi again. I figured this is unique.
yeah. Well,
I can't. It's the only way the three of us can be on camera at the same time.
Can you hear me, Eric?
Yeah, I can hear you. My phone volume is not very high, but that's because my phone, and that's Kyle's got my headphones, so it's all right.
Hello?
Okay.
Check.
Yeah.
Yep.
Eric,
Yeah,
can you
I
hear
can
you?
hear you.
we're
Yeah.
here. Okay.
I still can't
So,
hear your dad.
what did everybody drop their
That's
Let me
weird.
see. Can I see the chat from here?
Um.
Oh yeah,
Ben,
there's the chat. Okay. There's the
I'm
chat.
I'm not sure if
Okay.
Nick can hear you.
I got you now. Say something, Eric.
Something.
Smart ass.
Yeah.
It's good to hear your voice.
Yeah, man, it's been a long summer.
Yeah, it has.
You know, the
Well,
way
go
that
ahead.
whole thing ended. I was telling the chat when you were there. I need therapy. I think I need therapy.
Yeah.
Over the course of the summer, I'm writing the book.
Yeah, how's that
And
going?
well, it's going good.
Don't rush
The
it.
last week it's kind of slowed up a little bit because I've been getting everything, with the football channel and everything ready.
Yeah.
But by accident on the podcast the other day, I think I changed the name of the book
I'm
because I
listening
was
to you.
going to name it Lessons in Faith and Sports, and I think a better name for the book is going to be Why I Am the Way I Am.
I like both of them.
Yeah, I'm torn now. Maybe it'll be like, how they have two titles. It'll be like Lessons in Faith and Sports, in parentheses, Why I Am the Way I Am.
Yeah.
But
Have part 1 and part 2.
yeah. So I was hoping to have it out by opening day. I don't think that's going to happen because every
You can't
time
rush that kind of stuff.
What's that?
You can't rush that,
Yeah, no, every time I think I'm done with a chapter and I edit it, I add more stories and more things coming to, I'm remembering it. It's all coming up. So it'll be done when it's done.
Yeah, it's good to remember
Certainly,
all those
it'll
times.
certainly be done so everybody can buy it and for Christmas.
Good. I will buy a signed copy.
Yeah. I might send you one for free. We'll see. So what's the other thing I'm curious about is I like I said to Stu, I said on the podcast, it's like I don't think I can take this year all that seriously. Like I'm gonna
Yes.
I guess what I mean is like last year I took everything so seriously that I need therapy. I think this year I'm just gonna enjoy it, and however it falls, it falls.
You just got to remember it's a game,
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's to take our minds away from that matrix they've created for us. So
Right.
for an hour, we get to go into this other little place. And
Yeah.
take our minds off of all the other stuff that we don't want to even mention right now.
Yeah. Well, that's my own. I turned my hobby into my job, so that's also.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
That's the other part. Yeah. Why don't you tell everybody? Drop your link in the chat and everything. Tell everybody what you're doing.
I mean, I could start from the beginning, but when I was like 16, I got a drum set I really wanted, and from my parents, and I banged on that thing for 3 weeks or so, and came home and the drums were gone and there was a guitar there. So I think they weren't expecting how loud drums are when you really have them there live, and I don't blame them. But I started playing guitar a little bit, and then I didn't like my teacher, and I wasn't learning anything. Honestly, I probably didn't learn anything, to be honest with you. So decades go by. My father passes away. He has a great guitar, and my cousin was a musician, and my family decided that he should get my father's guitar. And that was fine with me. I wasn't in the right place at that time. I was, it was hard for me at that time. I was in a dark place. So the guitar was better off with my cousin. He was doing things. He was going places. He still is doing amazing. He's a music producer now. He's unbelievable. He can pick anything up and play it. Teach anybody anything. Anyway, so the sickness thing came around, and 2020-ish year around there, and I said to my cousin, "You still have my father's guitar?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "Do you mind if I got it back from you?" I said, I kind of want to get back into it. And he said, "Yeah, sure." So I think it was like Thanksgiving, and thank you, MJ. So it was like Thanksgiving, and he was there, and we were at a restaurant, and I said, "Did you remember what I asked you? Is there any way you can do that?" He said, "I got it in the trunk." So I said, "Oh, wow. All right, great." So I went with my wife and Dee Dee, and we got the guitar and brought it home, and I didn't really know how to do anything with it. It's been years since I had touched a guitar. Long story short, I started going on different sites and things and learning and this and that, and then I got to where I could just pick it up and start playing things, and then I really wanted to go farther with it, so I started to try and sing some songs, and I found out that it is not easy to sing. I mean, I think, in my opinion, and Eric, you know where I'm coming. We've had this discussion over and over again. Long story short, so I quickly learned that I needed more vocal work than guitar work, and I just didn't give up. Kind of like Panthers fans, just don't give up. So I went from going online, listening to people to show you how to play guitar, to listening to men, women, older, younger, teaching you how this instrument works.
Right.
And it is way more than a guitar, in my opinion. I mean, you got to learn how to breathe. You got to learn how to hold it in. You got to learn how to let it out. You got to learn how to move your tongue. You got to learn how to open your throat. You got to learn.
Right.
I mean, so it's getting in a little bit better. You can actually listen to a song now and keep it playing till the end, and not just quickly turn it off because of the singing. And thank you to everyone who's stuck with me through my journey. And my wife actually got me a set of harmonicas, and now I throw my harmonica in there with it too. And I've seen some people that have started their own YouTube channel, and then they'll start it live, and they'll get super chats like $5, $10, $50, $100.
Right.
And my wife looked at me and said, "You can do this. You can do this easily.
Yeah.
You're just as good as this guy." So I was like, all right, well, let me start the channel, post some videos, see what happens. You helped me out a lot. And the channel it's at True World 17. And if I could just get a subscribe, I would just love it. And thank you all so much. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers so that I can monetize it.
Yeah. Yep.
The videos I have up there now are kind of some of my earlier videos. So the vocals aren't great, but I'm planning on recording some of my newer stuff that sounds a lot better. Not perfect, but
right.
There's some harmonica stuff on there, and I try and do every genre: rock, classic rock, grunge, even some country.
Unless I send you something and you tell me it's too poppy.
Oh man, it just it reminded me of the song, the Goal song. What was that, Fallout Boy or something?
Yeah.
I don't mean that in a bad way.
No,
I was
I
just,
know. Look,
you know,
look. I
trying to
got
be
plenty of
honest.
ribbing. I got plenty of ribbing in the '80s for being into soul and funk and not being into Quiet Riot. You know what I mean? It just
Yeah,
if
I
if
mean,
it
go ahead.
no, I'm just saying if 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 you can bang your head to it or dance to it, I'm gonna dance. That's just
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same way. I think of music as an art, and I originally always told myself that I was an artist. I love to draw, and I went to the Art Institute for graphic design, but it didn't really work out. And now I'm starting to think that maybe the art that I was intended to do was really music, And
right,
I
right.
used to be a DJ a long time ago, and I was really into that, and that's music, and I consider that a form of art too. So, you know,
No,
what
well,
I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to take a lot of like old stuff that was done electrically on electric guitars with
right.
distortion and stuff, and then try and put it on the acoustic guitar, and
Yeah,
it kind of smooths it out and chills it
it's
out a little bit more
right.
for us older guys.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
But I do still love my loud, distorted, heavy, guitar stuff. But
I'm gonna head on in there. I'll be in there in a few minutes. I'm getting bit up by mosquitoes.
oh
That's
gosh,
enough. All right,
yeah.
I'll be back.
All right.
Okay.
So yeah, that's pretty much my plug there for my channel. Again, it's at True World 17, and if I could just get a subscription from anybody, I would much appreciate it.
Well, that's a really awesome story you told. Thank you for sharing it.
Trey,
And
I worked for a strip club doing security for 2
You
years.
can have your last couple minutes, and then I'll come on and get ready to close it up.
all right.
I was trying to get into being the DJ there, but it never happened. I don't have that strip club DJ's voice. Welcome to the stage. Thank you, Ma, MJ.
Well,
What's up, Esoteric?
so
I'm just looking at the chat.
Yeah.
Number 70. Yeah. Yeah, I just started Gators Rock.
Don't put me on it. It's not
Thank you for anyone who's subscribing. I really wish Stu could have been here. I'll wait for your dad to come back, but I was just gonna kind of say a little something about his loss. But
oh,
we'll wait till your dad comes back. Kyle, give me 1 second. Can you talk to them for a second? I'll be right back.
sure.
All right. Thanks, Kyle.
Okay. So, if if Dad says he needs therapy after this last Panthers season, he should talk to Buffalo Sabres fans. Sabres fans have watched their team go to as many cups finals, but that's been stretched out over 50 years. Yeah.
All right, Trey. I like to hear that kind of stuff. Welcome to the stage, Cinnabon. Esoteric, what do you play, buddy?
MJ, Stu's mother died.
Yeah, I think he knows.
He asked what happened with Stu.
Oh,
Yes,
okay. Yeah, he ended up cooking dinner for his sister.
He ended up cooking dinner with his sister tonight, so he isn't joining us. MJ says being a Buffalo sports fan is like being that kid who never gets picked to be on a team.
Oh, that's cool, Esoteric.
Yeah. It's funny because the Sabres make an appearance in another Jim Carrey movie. And Bruce Almighty, the titular Bruce, lives in Buffalo. So, of course, he's a Sabres fan. And one of the consequences of him getting God's powers is that because he answers all of the Sabres coaches' prayers, the Sabres end up winning the Stanley Cup. And it causes a riot in Buffalo.
What was that? Bruce Almighty?
Bruce Almighty, yeah. And what's funny is in the movie, while Bruce is part of the news report about the Sabres winning the cup, one of the sportscasters says the Sabres have won their first Stanley Cup in 20 years, which is weird because they've never actually won a Stanley Cup.
Right.
Yeah. And
that's movie magic for you.
Well, yeah, I mean, in Ace Ventura presents a whole alternate history for what I assume is supposed to be the 1994 Miami Dolphins season, where Snowflake, the Dolphin, and then Dan Marino get kidnapped. Was Roger Podacter a real Dolphins executive? No. So a fictional Dolphins executive gets murdered in the movie. There's this whole story about a kicker named Ray Finkel missing what would have been the game-winning field goal. And
laces out.
laces out. A Super Bowl against, was it the 49ers, I believe?
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's the fictional history of the Dolphins making it to the Super Bowl against the Eagles in that movie and being forced to play the first half without Dan Marino because Ace Ventura still has to rescue him.
Yeah, and they didn't have Snowflake either,
right? Well, they did have a real dolphin at the stadium as their mascot for years, but he was not named Snowflake. Okay. I believe they named him, what was it, Flipper?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, of course, a real dolphin at Hard Rock Stadium would not fly today. So they have TD instead. MJ says the ending where Ace Ventura beats up the Eagles mascot is hilarious.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
So, Kyle, what do you think is going to happen with the Panthers this year?
Well, the Eastern Conference is stacked, I would say. Well, at least the Atlantic is. I mean, just in the Eastern Conference, I would say Boston has to fall off a cliff. They have to. If they somehow are the number 3, 2, or heaven forbid, number 1 in the Atlantic again, I'm going to have some words with the other Atlantic teams.
Is Bergeron gonna play another year? I keep hearing mixed. He's retired, right? Yeah, that's right.
Bergeron and Krejci retired.
That's right.
Yeah,
I knew that.
And they lost Taylor Hall.
They lost Taylor Hall, Orlov, and
they got Lucic back. That's so weird.
They got Lucic back.
They got Lucic back.
And
he's just going to go out there to protect Pasta.
Yeah. Basically, Boston's going to fall off a cliff. Tampa Bay might fall into a wild card berth. And it's hard to gauge what is going to be the result. Toronto, they let
Yeah, no, they let Dubas go. Yeah, Dubas went to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I was about to say they let Kyle Dubas cook, but that was Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has let Kyle Dubas cook. And they got Eric Carlson. So we're looking at potentially the Maple Leafs probably will make the playoffs. The Hurricanes better make the playoffs, or the fan base is going to riot. Yeah. And the Penguins are putting everything into not having to hit the rebuild button. And and then we have our other up and coming teams like the Buffalo Sabres should make the playoffs. The New Jersey Devils might be making a deeper run. And even teams like the Red Wings and Senators could make noise.
Yeah, I got a feeling the Red Wings will probably make the playoffs this year.
Yeah. So I would say the ceiling for the Panthers, if we're talking just their seeding, I would say the Panthers probably have a good shot at being the number 1 seed, just because there are so many stacked teams that it's impossible for all of them to have a better chance of getting the number 1 seed than us. You could have Toronto get the number 1 seed.
I was just gonna say, Toronto maybe.
There's 6, maybe 7 teams that could all be separated by 10 points or less.
Yeah,
I can hear you, Dad.
It's impossible to know.
Yeah,
it is impossible to know, and
it's just predictions. Just get in, exactly.
Yeah, we just need to get in, and then as far as it's impossible to predict if we get in how far we're going to make it, because we were mediocre as hell last year during regular season, and then we broke every single opponent until Vegas pulled an Uno reverse card at the table and broke.
We don't say that name. I'm just kidding.
Well, my dad would probably prefer me not to say that name.
I know you
would.
Exactly.
What?
He didn't hear
it. Not allowed to say the name.
Well, and then as far as the Western Conference goes, Vegas could definitely repeat, I would say, as Western Conference champs. The Western Conference is way less stacked. So you have to assume that the only real threats to Vegas supremacy in the West are teams like maybe the Dallas Stars or Colorado. Well, Colorado is without Landeskog for the entire season.
Yeah, but they'll manage.
And then, besides that, who else do you pick in the West to make a deep run? Seattle. I knew I was thinking of. Now,
well, I mean, you always got Edmonton.
I am hoping this year. I'm hoping for a Florida-Seattle Stanley Cup final, and
that would be cool.
I have a very specific reason for it.
What's that?
Unfortunately, the Florida Panthers, because of their Cinderella run up to the finals this previous season, they took all of the attention. They got all of the hype. They were labeled a team of destiny, and then they got crushed in 5 by Vegas, who finally learned to stop throwing themselves into the spotlight and just focus on assembling a good team. The only team in the entire Western Conference that is going to be a bigger story than the Panthers in a potential Cup match is if it's the third year expansion team in the Seattle Kraken, especially if they are the underdogs. They already knocked off the defending Stanley Cup champion last year. So imagine they knock off Colorado and Dallas and maybe even Vegas. And it would be Seattle, who is the Cinderella story and the team everyone is rooting for, and then a bunch of annoying cats come in and crush them this time. Please God. We already have had a 6-year-old expansion team win the cup before the Panthers. Could we please not have the other expansion team from the past half decade win before us?
And their GM even promised them in 6 years a cup.
And
yeah,
I am still just as incredulous today as I am when it happened that they got all that way and lost.
Yeah.
It still don't seem real.
Kraken Knights Western Conference Finals would be fun. We were robbed of it. Kraken just could not seal the deal against Dallas in Game 7.
Yeah.
And I think the Kraken would have definitely taken the series to 7 against the Knights as well. So
yeah, I did not expect the Kraken to do as well as they did.
Yeah, well, they are the beneficiaries of the same kind of they got the goods in the draft.
Exactly, yeah.
Long gone are the days where teams like the expansion Ottawa Senators and Lightning are left with table scraps.
Exactly, the crap left over. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now teams give them their best players like we did.
Dale, curse you, Dale Talon. You seriously protected Alec Petrovic over Marchessault and Smith.
Yeah, I don't know. That to me, that's still like something fishy. I don't know.
Or do you think he was a double agent for Vegas?
No, I just know, money talks.
I mean, basically, he ended up protecting the guy who hasn't been in the NHL since 2019 over the guy who just won the Conn Smythe. And he was our best player at the time, the Marchessault.
Yeah.
I mean, let's say we kept Marchessault. We might have still shipped off Smith, but if we hang on to Marchessault, imagine a few years down the line if things went similar to how they actually went. Imagine Marchessault, Barkov, and Tkachuk all on the same team. Yeah.
Oh, that would be like an all-star team.
Yeah, well,
but I would take it.
Yeah. The one thing the Panthers have got going now is Bill Zito is one of the best GMs in the league.
I believe that too.
I mean, just look at all the success stories. Players that were either rotting on teams that were going nowhere, or players that were, basically they were massively underachieving every year, usually because they were left to die on bad teams. Players like Forsling and Reinhardt and I know Sam Bennett. Yeah. Another demerit to the Flames for
Yeah, he's-
somehow wasting Sam Bennett and Matthew Kachuk
They originally
simultaneously.
They originally had Ryan Lomberg too.
They had
Yeah,
Ryan
yeah.
Lomberg.
Yeah, he's amazing at finding gems in the rough.
Yeah, the Panthers have built a reputation for being able to basically take the lesser sought after players, the ones that have never really gotten a fair shot, and turn them into key contributors, especially on defense.
Yeah, yeah. I think that in the beginning of the season, all of our changes we've made and new players we've acquired, I think that if they, obviously we want them to give it their all, but what they need to do is make a strong base for when the other guys come back to play to start their season from, if that made sense.
Well, we have.
In other words, they got to win games.
Yeah, basically, the expectation is the Panthers will have to tread water until Ekblad and Montour come back. And we also have to hope that Matthew Kachuk is indeed 100% fully recovered from his broken sternum.
I want to do some research into how the recovery process is in a broken sternum.
Well, he's supposed to be healed up by the time the regular season starts. I am going to switch places with Dad.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead.
Good talking with you, Kyle.
Yeah, it's good talking with you too, Nick. And yeah,
we'll see more of each other.
Yeah. Good luck to the Panthers and to the Dolphins as well.
Yeah.
You take care.
You too, buddy.
Thanks.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Do you need to stick around or?
No. We're only going to be here another few minutes anyway. Go ahead.
Okay.
Okay.
See ya.
Okay.
Next time.
All right, guys. So, yeah, I'm just been sitting in the chair there. I didn't realize you were. I didn't realize Kyle was.
He did good. I was keeping him going.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I didn't have the Wi-Fi on my phone, and I can't get reception inside the house. So I tried to jump on, but it just wasn't going to work. So I was just waiting to jump in when it looked like Kyle might take a breath. That's good. No, he did good. He did good. So
yeah, he did great.
Like I was saying with Stu, I was just thinking about it. I'm probably going to make a video about it Monday. It's just like the couple of comments that I've seen, people have not, I wouldn't say they're getting upset with me, but it's just like, hey man, don't be negative. We're going to win the cup. Right. So it's like the irony of now I'm going to be the bad guy for not saying we're going to win the cup.
Hey, you're trying something different,
right? Well, and just the perspective of it is just like, we were bad for a long time. And I don't want to take for granted that now we are expected to we're one of the good teams. Like remember, we were bad all the time. And we would look at the other teams like, well, they're good every year. You know what I mean? It's like now we're the good team, and you have to appreciate it when it's there because good cores, 5 years, 6 years, 7, 8, you start to wear on it. I mean, we're on year, if you count the play-ins, it's what 1, 2, 3, 4 years in a row now.
Yeah,
we've made it. If you
count,
if you count the play-ins, right?
Yeah,
I believe that's correct. So, look,
it's the little things. You know what? I like being able to go on my app and look at the standings, and instead of scrolling all the way to number 30, number 29,
yeah,
now we're up at the top.
Yeah.
and I want
Yeah.
to stay there. I don't want to go anywhere
Yeah.
else
Yeah. Yeah.
from
Well, look,
the get go.
as long as we keep Zito is the key. And these
Yeah.
owners are good too. You know, they started that whole goaltending excellence department, and basically, what I read Luongo said about that is that they're completely like their own. They're like their own alphabet agency, and they have their own. And every year, they just basically tell Bill, "That's the goalie we want," and Bill's job is to go get them. So, and it's like Luongo and Tallis and a couple other scouts or whatnot. And so the point is between that and Zito with his finding these diamonds in the rough, really the only weak spot is the drafting and the development. And Zito's only had a couple of drafts here. He's had what, 3, I think. So, it still needs time to play out there. You know what I mean? And I went over a lot of the drafts actually on Friday's podcast, and it's just like the graveyard of first and second round picks. I mean, especially like 2009, 10, 11. I mean, in 2010, we had 10 of the first 100 picks. We literally had 10% of the first 100 picks in the draft. And Nick Bukestad, Nick, the highest profile player that we got out of all of that, arguably, it was Gabranson, Bukestad, then Quentin Howden, and Petrovic was one of our second rounders. And so those are the guys, Bukestad and Petrovic, or who we protected over Marchessault and Smith and all of that. And no, the when you look, with the exception of the big guys, with the exception of Barkov, Yurdo, Ekblad, the best line that you can draw between a Panthers second or lower round pick and something that's on this roster now is we took Trocheck in the third and we turned him into Luosterainen. That's about as, I mean, you could kind of count Uyghur. We took him in the seventh and we turned him partially into Kachuk. So there's partially that. But in terms of a guy that, just came in and developed and everything, and then we, flipped them the other way. Trocheck for Luosterainen is about it, but the rest of those guys, we either just let them go or, I mean, I forget what we got from McCann, because I know we got McCann for Branson. I did a trade tree on that a couple of years ago. I should remember.
I mean, I know he went to Seattle, but I can't remember who we.
Yeah, I'm not sure who we got for him, but yeah, I mean that's the part that still remains to be seen with Bill Zito, and that has to improve because you can't keep doing it the way we've been doing it. You can get there, right? You can get to where we are, right? But you jump 5 years ahead. You're not going to pay everybody. There's just, I don't care what they do with the salary cap.
I mean, and
there's too many good players.
Age is, becoming a big part of it too.
Right.
People are saying in the chat real quick, you think Bob is on his way out? I mean, I think Bob is going to play his heart out until he can't play no more. He's playing well above his age. I mean, I don't see him going anywhere else.
No. After last year, with everything that went on with Spencer Knight and how Bob did in the playoffs, my gut tells me that he's going to play out his contract now.
Yeah,
and unless something crazy happens, because it's only the 3 more seasons now anyway, right? Yeah. So just write it out.
It seems like a lot of good players, they end up finishing their career in Florida.
Yeah. Well, it's the warmth, man.
Yeah, it's everything down here. You don't want to finish your career off, at Calgary or
right.
negative 30 degrees. You want to be able to lay out, go fishing, go golfing. And
Yeah, sure.
finish your. That's your
Well,
life. These guys have been
yeah.
playing
It's
there
like
since they
I
were
feel
3 years
bad for
old.
Riley Smith. I feel bad for him, man. Dude
Yeah.
he's got a sweet life in Vegas, wins a cup, and as soon as they've cleaned up the garbage from the parade, they're like, all right, get out of here. Goodbye, Pittsburgh. And he has to finish his career freezing his nuts off shoveling snow unless he gets moved.
Yeah,
But
I don't know.
he won a cup, so I don't feel so bad for him.
I think he might be done. I mean, he's young, but he did everything he pretty much wanted to do. Was he going to try and win another cup? I mean,
yeah, he's had such a weird career in terms of the teams that eventually the teams just like go away. That's how we got him. Then we gave him away, and now Vegas gave him away.
yeah, there's a lot of guys like that.
Yeah. So, all right, everybody. I think I'm ready to hit my Saturday night here.
I was going to say something real quick.
Go ahead, man.
Just I know Stu's not here, and I know he's going through hard times. Some of us have gone through things like he's going through, and I'm not super religious person, but I do believe there is a reason that we all got here. So, I just wanted to say, a couple words if we could like all bow our heads, and just please God, take Stu's mother into heaven and let her be with her family and watch over all of us and watch over her Panthers, and may she give us a little bit of her luck in not only making the playoffs but winning the cup, and making her son and all of us very happy. And I hear that she was a wonderful person, and I just would like to bless her and her family, and then just that's pretty much it. And in God's name I pray, amen.
Amen. Well said, brother. Well, I know he wasn't sure if he was going to be doing anything tonight, and I guess he's ended up having dinner with his sister last minute. So I told him, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yeah. He was kind of hoping he could come on because he thought it would do him good, but he's got his sister, so he's okay. It's one of those things where you don't want to lose your parents or anybody, but at the same point, when they're not suffering anymore after
Exactly.
It's like it's not the same thing, but it's like I've had like with Sonia, the last 2 weeks of her life was she had a good 5 minutes and a bad 5 minutes. I was carrying her up and down the stairs, and then when it's over, you realize it's just like this is better. This is better. This is better. So
I had to deal with my father, so I know how that is. It's not easy.
Yeah. So,
but she lived a long life, 92, and she was a hell of a Panthers fan from what he says, and I appreciate that. So, God bless her.
Yep. All right, Esoteric. Thanks for coming out, brother. All right, I'm gonna go do what I do on Saturday nights.
Me too.
I exactly. That's exactly it. All right, everybody. We appreciate you coming out for us. Kyle and I will be live starting 4:00 tomorrow for the Dolphin game, and then we will be live Sunday night, not long after that, for the Giants and Cowboys over on Flying Fluffy Football. All right, everybody. Have a good night. Thanks for joining us.
Like and subscribe.